Hi everyone, how are you? Just thought I'd come and share a few tips on how to handle your money during this financial crisis. The first thing I need for us to understand, it is important that we continue to pay our rent or pay our mortgage. You might say, why is that important? Because paying your rent or paying your mortgage allows you to have shelter. Shelter is the number one necessity. We all need a safe place where we can lay our heads at night. We all need a safe place that we can call our own and know that it is our castle, our safe haven, somewhere secure where we can feel comfortable and relax or try to relax even when life stresses us out. So, the first thing to consider is that we must go along and pay our rent or pay our mortgage. Number two, if at all possible, call all of your utility services and allow them to allow you or ask them to allow you to pay your bills at a later time if they would allow you to make smaller payments or to just skip a payment or pay it later. Now, because what we're going through is so unique with this COVID 19, and a lot of people are not working, your utility company will work with you. And if you are not on a budget payment plan with them, now might be a great time to get on one where you're only having to pay a fixed amount every month, but now is an excellent time to inquire what it will cost, but let them know you're going to be late and get your payments postponed. So get an agreement. Don't be afraid and don't ignore it. Because if you reach out to them, you don't have to worry about your utilities being cut off. And if you have small children in your home, make them aware of it. Many utility companies will not shut your services off if you have young children in the home. The third thing to consider, freeze or put a hold on your credit cards. Don't charge if you do not have to. Maybe you cannot even make the payment. Make them aware that you are not going to be making the payment. A credit card, the least it will do is cause your credit score to decrease because you don't pay it. But that's not the end of the world, because you can always, when times improve, get it corrected and move on with it. So notify your credit card, your creditors. It may be a store credit card and not just a regular credit card, whether it be American Express, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, whatever it is you have. Call them and let them know that you need to skip a payment or you're going to be late with your payment, because they will work with you. And also see if they are willing to reduce your interest rate. The feds have cut their interest rates. You call and see if your credit card company is going to pass that savings on to you as well. So call them, see if they will lower your interest rate, and also let them know you need to skip a payment or you're going to pay at a later time when you are comfortable to pay again. But let them know. If you don't get the response you want, shoot them an email and let it be, because you put it in writing. Amen. Amen. The fourth thing to consider is when you do your grocery shopping, if at all possible, use coupons, consider looking at store brands, and consider changing some of your habits. Maybe instead of always buying a lot of fresh meats and meats in general, you might want to revert to buying more vegetables and like beans and rice on that level. Sort of play around with it, but look at how you can save, even if it's just for a short span while you're going through this rough patch. Consider cutting back on some of the foods that you buy that may not necessarily always be a good fit for you. I'm not saying starve yourself, but I'm saying consider changing what you would normally purchase just as a means of helping you to get over this stretch a little easier. A package of dry beans can go a long way, whether you make soup, something like beans and rice, or you just fix up that pot of beans with some ham hocks or a smoked turkey or whatever it is you prefer, turkey wings rather. You know, do it up like they used to do in the olden days with a nice pan of cornbread, homemade cornbread. But consider changing how you purchase your groceries. Look for store coupons. Look for manufacturer coupons because some will allow you to put them together. They may not do double coupons anymore, but consider looking at store brand as opposed to name brand as a means of helping you to save some money. Now, this part here, number 5, my 5th point, it's about tithing. Are you tithing on the funds that you that come in, your income? I was listening to one of Dave Ramsey's messages, and he indicates that because God is the one that allows us to make the money that we make, that we should be giving him 10% first no matter what. That if we want to be blessed and if we want to be good stewards and learn how to really get, and I'm paraphrasing, if we really want to learn how to get the wisdom we need to use that other 90% effectively, we've got to give God back his 10% first. So if you don't tithe, that's something you might want to consider doing. And my final point is this: get your budget together. To put your budget in writing, I believe, is probably the best financial money tip any of us can have. It is very, very important that we understand what our expenses are. What am I saying? What are we spending money on every month? Consider looking back over the past 4 months to see exactly where you have spent your money. Was it rent? Was it a car note? Was it childcare, student loans, credit card payments, insurance payments, entertainment? It really doesn't matter, but we need to know exactly. Did we spend more than what came in? Meaning, was our expenses greater than our income? Or is our income greater than our expenses? Having it in writing and seeing your budget in front of you can make it a lot easier to help you with your planning. Because if you desire to take a trip, if you desire to go on a vacation, if you desire to do something special, if you know what your budget is and you know what you're working with, then it gives you a chance to save accordingly, or it gives you a chance to decide what you need to do differently in order to obtain that goal. Having your budget in writing is essentially like writing your vision. It's your financial vision. And let me say this: it does not matter how little you make or how much you make. What's really important is being able to recognize how you use what you get. Does everything that comes through your hand go right out the other hand? Or are you able to put something up to save? Your budget will help you determine all that and truly determine what it is you can and cannot do. So, write your budget. And if you don't quite know how to do it or need some assistance, reach out to me and I'll gladly give you a helping hand. Have a good one. Please subscribe. See you next week.